Hello and welcome back to our Fusion Essentials video series. In our last video, we created these components. In this video, we're going to take all those components and we're going to put them together in an assembly. And here's kind of what it's going to look like. We're going to be able to make joints spin, make joints slide, make joints spin some more. Let's go ahead and get started. Our first step is to open lesson 9 components, which is what we made in our previous video. We'll double click to open it. Now what we want to do though is we want to save as on this because we're going to rename this and we're going to use the same file. So we'll go up to the top where you see that little, looks kind of like a piece of paper. We're going to click it. We're going to say save as. Very important to save as. And we're going to rename it. We're going to say lesson 10 and assemblies, like that. Make sure we're in the Fusion Essentials folder and click save. We're going to go ahead and toggle the data panel to maximize our screen. Now the first thing we should probably do, and I know in our last video we ungrounded this component, but we're going to reground it. So we're going to go over to the left side in our browser area. We're going to right click on rectangle and we're going to choose ground to parent. All right, so now all these other ones will move, and this one will not. So now we're going to use what are called joints, and that's under the Assemble tab. We'll go up, and we're going to choose Joint. Now you'll notice there's a J. J is a shortcut key, okay? So Joint, and we've got a few things we can do. I'm going to click the center of the face of the cylinder. I'm going to click there. I'm going to come over to the rectangle and I'm going to click right in the center. I call these little pancakes. I think they're called glyphs. We'll click in there. All right, now we're going to go to motion. And by default, it'll always say rigid. That's when we first start. Then what will happen is Fusion will remember your last joint and kind of say, hey, do you want to use that again? And in our position still, let's slide that back till it's even with the edge. And if we need to, we can use our view cube and say, all right, well, there's our front. That looks pretty good. That's where we want it to be. I'm going to choose home now, just to kind of get us back to there and zoom in. That's good. We have it, but our motion, we want to choose and make it slider. And you're like, well, that's moving up and down. And you're right, it is. But if we look over here on the slide, we can change that. We can say, let's look at the X. And let's take a look at the Y. All right, we want to go with the X. Now you notice it's kind of sliding off of there. So we want to set some limits. We're going to click the minimum, the maximum, and the rest. All right, we're going to do all of that. Now what I'm going to do is kind of rotate it to where I can see the front pretty good. And now I'm going to drag these arrows. And I'm going to say, all right, well, let's make this go out to here. And let's preview it. Press play. That looks good. Now by resting it, it's at 1 inch. So watch when we click OK. It's going to rest there. If I drag it over and I let go, it's going to stay there. Okay, because this is really where it wants to stay. That's its resting position. So if I drag it over here and let it go, that's what it's going to do. Okay, and that's okay. We're okay with that. All right, we're going to rotate it now. And let's hit the home button because this thing's looking a little crazy right now. I'm going to take the blue cube and I'm going to attach it to the other side of that rectangle. So here's how that works. We're going to go up to Assemble. We're going to say Joint. And I'm going to click the center of the cube, any side, it really doesn't matter. And I'm going to click the center of the rectangle on the end. Now it's still set to slide, right? So that is actually good placement. Our position is good. But for motion, we're going to change that to revolute. So now it's just going to spin. And we can click OK. Now I want to point out, though, I don't have to just play it. I can grab this with my mouse and just spin it. I can do the same with the slider now. Right, I'm going to undo that just to get them back to their home position. There are other ways to do that, but that's probably the easiest for now. We're going to go back to Assemble and say Joint. And what I want to do is put this ball on top of the cylinder. So there's a lot of different places you can grab a sphere at. Okay. if I click, you can kind of see it's putting a little pancake inside. But I kind of want it on one of these edges. So I'm going to click there, and I'm going to click on top of the cylinder. So there it is. All right, and that we're going to actually leave as a revolute. We'll click OK. So this is good, but now I don't know if you noticed, but that's really, really hard to see. All right, we can see that it's there because we can see the, the revolutes moving. But I tell you what, let's make it a little more obvious. So this kind of helps us get into our timeline too. What I want to do is just edit the sphere. You see how I clicked on it and it puts a squiggly line under it? And I'm going to select just that object. Now I have the timeline for just the sphere. Let me undo that. Let me select the whole assembly. Watch the timeline. And you see everything. I just need to make an edit to the sphere, so I'm going to go down here and select that. All right, so now we're just editing the sphere. I'm going to put some sort of indicator on this sphere that lets me know it's actually moving. Right now it's a perfect sphere, so I can't actually visually really see that it's turning. So I'm going to go up to Construct, and I'm going to choose an offset plane. When this comes up, it's going to ask you to revert position or capture position. That actually has to do with something else that we're not going to cover in this series. So just click capture position for now. I'm going to put a plane right here. I'll click it and notice that's the side of the rectangle. I'm going to go to the view cube and I'm going to say, give me the right side of that. What I'm wanting to do is move this plane out so that it's a little bit past the edge of the sphere. So it looks like, let's just go with 0.5. That's a nice number to play with. And we'll click OK. And now I'm going to rotate it back. And I want to look at the front view. And I'm going to choose Sketch. And I'm going to click on that plane we just drew. Now I know you're thinking, well, the plane's right here. Well, actually, that plane extends all over the screen here. Okay, let me rotate this so you can see. See what I mean? Let's use that view cube, go back to the front. What I'm going to do is just simple. I'm going to try to find the center-ish of the sphere. I'm just going to draw a rectangle. And the size of this rectangle is not a huge deal. I'll use 0.1 there by 0.6. You can see my numbers. I'll click that. And now I'm going to click Finish Sketch. This is going to be a little bit different. We're not extruding here. What we're going to do is we're going to go up to Create. And we're going to say Emboss. We're going to click that rectangle because that is our sketch profile. So we'll click the rectangle. Now it's making an assumption for us on the face. On the face, it's assuming that we want it on that sphere, which is true. That's what we want. So we can let it be. Right? We do have one more choice we can make. We can say, I want it to be an emboss, or I want it to be a deboss. If we use deboss, it's simply just going to make a cut. Let's go with emboss. So right over here. And we'll just click OK. So now you can see there's something there that when it does turn, we'll be able to see it. What I'm going to do is, instead of just being on sphere, I'm going to go up to the top, activate the whole thing. And now let's rotate that sphere. So now I can see visually that it is rotating. We can rotate this around now. The cylinder is going to slide. The cube is going to turn. So we're actually in perfect shape. What you'll do is you'll home that, and then you're going to call your teacher over, and you're going to demonstrate to the teacher the different movements you have here. We wish to thank you for taking part in our Fusion Essentials video course. If you have any questions, please reach out. You'll see my emails popping up on the screen, and we'll look forward to answering your questions.